been years since we last got a new stuff pack for The Sims 4, but they made a new one called Home Chef Hustle, and it has got a lot to live up to. The most recent stuff pack, which actually came out 3 years ago, called Paranormal Stuff, is widely regarded as the best stuff pack, and because it's been so long and the last one was so good, I feel like Home Chef Hustle has some big shoes to fill. In this video, I'm gonna give you my complete review of Home Chef Hustle, whether or not I think it's worth it, what it comes with, and also how it compares to all of the other stuff packs, because those are all really important things to consider when you're thinking about spending money on this game. Before we get started, I should clarify that I was given early access to this pack thanks to the EA Creator Network. I'm not being paid to make this video. They literally just gave me a $10 game code a couple days early. I have no reason to lie to you. I don't want you to waste your money on a bad Sims pack. This is just my personal, honest review of Home Chef Hustle. I think I'll start with build mode because that's always what excites me the most about new packs, especially when there's a new kitchen set involved. So in total, there's 26 items in build mode, which may seem a little bit small at first. The problem with kitchen sets is that each of these counters are actually like 5 to 7 pieces, because think about how this one counter has an end piece and a corner piece. The island has like 3 different corner pieces, so those are all separate items as well. It just looks like it's only one item. In comparison to Paranormal, this one has 39, but it doesn't have a kitchen set. Some of those items are like 3 versions of the same painting, 2 different sides of a curtain. I love the build mode here, but I do think that it's a little bit less functional than a kitchen set. I am definitely gonna use these cooking items a lot more often. Every single one of my houses has a kitchen. Not every single one of my houses has a paranormal room. Here's a quick overview of most of that build stuff all laid out. And when I say that these counter sets are actually multiple items, this is what I mean, because we have all of these different variations of the same counter, and these are all technically a separate item, even if in the build catalog it looks like just one. And honestly, this kitchen set is beautiful. I think that this might be one of my favorite kitchen sets that we've ever gotten. There's a couple things that I'm really enjoying about it, okay? First of all, there's lights attached to these cabinets. So there's like some LED lights underneath them, so they kind of glow. And there's also lights on the front, which is kind of cool. If you look back here, there's a corner shelf. And this is something I was kind of worried about. I was hoping that we would have a separate shelf item and then have like a corner version of it. Instead, the corner cabinet is a shelf, but this is pretty cool because we don't have anything like this. We don't have any corner shelves. You can make them by putting 2 shelves together, I guess, but this is sort of a different vibe, and it also obviously has the lights underneath it. And then we have some matching shelves that go along with it, so you can build like a full open shelving situation in your kitchen. I am so sorry to tell you that those actually are the same swatch, by the way. Welcome to The Sims 4, where lighting makes everything look weird and different. The cabinets have some really cool different end pieces though. This is like that outer corner piece, the right end piece, the left end piece. There's like a small piece. So there's a lot of different options for building your kitchen. My favorite part by far though is the fridge. And this is gonna sound really dumb, but the fridge finally actually fits with the counters. If any of you have played The Sims 4 for a long time, you've probably noticed and also complained about this, but all of the other fridges, not most, all of the other fridges don't fit by default underneath the cabinet. I've layered it on top of a counter right now just so you can see, but the fridge is also significantly skinnier than the cabinets are, so it doesn't fill a full tile, and it also doesn't go all the way back to the wall. Some are a little bit worse than others for this. I think this one is the most annoying to me because this is from Parenthood, so it's supposed to fit the counters, and even this one doesn't go all the way back to the wall. Like for some reason in the back it's not the same, so it matches the counter in the front but not in the back, and it also clips with the cabinets up top instead of like fitting properly, so you can't make it look like one built-in thing unless you raise the cabinets up. And I don't know if you can tell, but technically raising it up makes the cabinet clip with the ceiling. It's kind of weird, but this is flush with the ceiling even though it doesn't look like it on the wall. This is something that has always bothered me. I always use this fridge because it's the only one that is not too tall, but it's still too small on the sides, and miraculously, this fridge fits perfectly. It's a full tile all around, so it's completely flush with all of the edges everywhere. It also comes in all the same colors as the cabinets, so you can match it really nicely. This is going to become my most used fridge. I can guarantee it. I'm gonna use this thing all the time. It's a pretty good fridge too. It's like 2,300 simoleons, food quality 9. It's actually better than the fridge that I normally use, use, which is amazing. There's also a new oven, which is way more expensive, but fits in beautifully. It also obviously matches all those same swatches. The one problem I'm having is that there isn't really a proper stainless steel, so I don't know what I'll end up using in most of my builds, but that's a problem for future Simsie. I like how it can match the cabinet so perfectly, kind of like a built-in oven. We also got this really nice new sink, which has like draining stuff on either side for washing and drying, and also this little dish drying rack to hang up above the sink, which is kind of cute for kitchen clutter. This is the kind of thing that can work perfectly in any kitchen. Even if you don't use this kitchen set, this is fantastic clutter for like any house you build. Speaking of clutter, we have some little plates. We have like these cute berries and cream and also some pizza making items. This is like a little spice rack. We also got this adorable cookbook stand. It comes in a few different swatches. You could probably even use this notebook one on like a Sims desk if you wanted to. I always like to think about alternative uses for things, and this could work in a lot of places. This is like a little scale, a kitchen scale, and we also have a knife block. We haven't gotten a new knife block in ages, so that's kind of a fun detail. We did get a little range hood that also has some lighting underneath it, so you could use that to match the kitchen. These are kind of cool. These are like shelves that hang from the ceiling, so you could put them over top of an island counter. We don't really have a lot of stuff like this. I don't know if we have any ceiling shelves in this game, and I really like it because you could totally use this in any kitchen. You could use that for like cabinetry or like a room divider. It's great for small spaces. I didn't really ever consider needing something like this, and I'm excited to have it. There are a few other kitchen appliances. I'm kind of saving the best for last. First, we have this new dishwasher, and this is so weird. I've been wondering about this because we saw in the trailer that it was kind of a compact dishwasher. All of the other ones that we have fill an entire counter, so they're like a full tile wide. This kitchen set is supposed to be a little bit more European inspired because the whole team that worked on it is in Europe. And so like compact dishwasher makes sense. It's just so interesting to me how it's only on one side of the counter. You can't switch the side it's on either, so it has to be like on the right side of the counter. Honestly, I think that I kind of like that because a lot of times in my kitchens, I don't want to use a dishwasher because I don't like how it looks when it is up against something else. Like, I don't really want to put a dishwasher right here touching the oven. I think it's kind of weird. But if I use this skinny dishwasher, technically it's touching the oven, but you can't tell. You can still see part of the cabinet. This is just so much more realistic for a smaller kitchen, so I really like that this exists. Even if I don't use dishwashers that often, it's still kind of a nice touch. And then most importantly, by far, we have the 3 new kitchen appliances. So first, we have the Ciao Bella Heart Waffle Maker. It costs 280 simoleons. It comes in a few different swatches, kind of some various shades of gray and black and white and neutrals. We also have the Ciao Bella stand mixer, which I am so excited about. I've been wanting kitchen clutter like this for ages. If they had given me a fake stand mixer that didn't even function, I wouldn't be mad. I just like the idea of putting one on my Sims counter, but this actually works, which we'll get into. It comes in all those same swatches. And then last but not least, we have the Ciao Bella portable pizza oven. 685 simoleons, also all those same swatches. And what's cool is you can drag these in your Sims inventory and bring them places. I think what I'll end up doing, to be honest, is keeping this pizza oven in most of my outdoor kitchens. Like I might put a grill and a bar and a pizza oven and like build that sort of thing for my Sims. Something I found kind of interesting is that they actually departed from that original style they had. Back in the day, they made all of the new appliances like this. This is the ice cream machine. We got a popcorn maker and a different pack, and it matches the same way. But these new appliances don't match those, they just match each other, which I'm not really mad about because the old appliances matched this, and this base game microwave is horrendous. So I'm not complaining. And then the last thing, the last kind of main important thing is the new tile set. We've got a really cute new backsplash. These are all the new swatches, and also this super cute new tile floor. And I'm really excited about this tile floor because I feel like this is such a realistic community lot floor. I feel like you see this all the time in stores and restaurants. This is like a super normal tile floor for that sort of thing. We don't really have much like that right now, and it comes in some really cute colors, some basic neutrals, but also like this cute green. And I am obsessed with this backsplash. That looks so good. I've been wanting more cute little tile backsplashes like this for so long. I'm actually sad it's just one, but I do really, really like it. Overall, build mode is a huge hit for me in this pack. I know I'm gonna use this counter set all the time. This yellow color is so cute. This super nice light green. That light green looks like my real life kitchen. It is like the exact same color as my real life cabinets. I'm gonna have to do a new like building my kitchen in The Sims video because we have an actual updated color that really matches finally. But yeah, really impressed with build mode on this one. I'm gonna be happy with pretty much any kitchen set we get, especially when it's a full complete kitchen set and not missing upper cabinets like some packs. I'm looking at you, Realm of Magic and Island Living. But this one is like a really, really well done, complete, beautiful kitchen set. This is the kind of pack that I would buy just for build mode because I like it that much. But I have sort of the opposite opinion of the Create a Sim stuff. This is the kind of pack that you would not buy just for the Create a Sim stuff. The cast isn't bad, it's just not really versatile or unique enough to make it stand out for me. It's pretty much exactly what you'd expect from this pack. It's just a bunch of chef clothing. So technically there's 7 new hairs in this pack, but I would argue that a couple of these are sort of the same hair. Obviously it's different swatches, but like it's, you know, it's kind of the same thing, just in a different color. I always have really complicated feelings about hairs like this that come with accessories in them because I love this. It's so cute. The swatches are so cute. I'm so glad that we have these options. I really like every single one of the swatches, but I think the pain point for me is that I can't change the hair color and the accessory separately. And that's not just a problem with this hair, it's a problem with any of the hairs. Like the veil from Wedding Stories. Any hair with a headband literally ever. Same thing with this one. I just wish that somehow there was like an accessory item that was like an overlay, and maybe by default all of them were just like black or white or something, and then we could go in and change it so that I could pick the fun patterns myself. Because what if I want to have this cute striped one but I don't want to have the cheese hair? Or what if I want to have the pizza one? Like there isn't a pizza swatch on this hair color. And then like you're kind of stuck with that color scheme if you want to use that hairstyle. It just kind of sucks. So the hair is beautiful. I love this. I really, really love this. I love every single one of the swatches. It's more of just a Sims 4 limitation that is the issue for me. I'll quickly show you all the swatches on this hair too because I really, really love this. I mean, they did a great job with every single one of these colors. I think they're so cool looking. Anytime they have the pink and the blonde, I think it just looks so good together. The brighter colors have some pretty funky color schemes on them too, which is pretty fun. I also like this one with the purple a lot. We also got this cute shorter hair. We also have this hair, and this one also has a clip that you can't change the color of, but it doesn't bother me as much because it's sort of neutral colors. It's a little bit easier to use. It does come in those same colorful swatches as well. We have this little bun with a cute headband, and same thing, the headband has so many beautiful swatches. I think these are all so pretty. I wish that I could pick the color separately though. I'm never gonna not be sad about that. This is a problem that's been existing for years. I'm gonna keep talking about it because it still hurts me deeply, but anyway, it's really cute. It has some nice swatches. And then last we have this shorter one, same thing with the headband. It's kind of like a bandana though, and it comes in a bunch of cute colors. Fun thing about these hairs is that they actually are all available for children, so we've got 5 new hair options for kids now in this pack. The shortest one is even available for toddlers. Toddlers didn't get any other stuff in this pack, but children did. The kids got this super cute little apron. I like this because one, it matches a lot of the adult clothing, but also I think that an apron for kids is kind of a fun little detail because you could use this for other things too. Like maybe if you wanted to have them wear an arts and crafts outfit and have like a messy apron for them doing art. There's just some more options with this. And then they also got a new t-shirt. The shirt is kind of cute. There's like some vegetable swatches and like some pizza swatches. It's a very simple plain shirt, but I really honestly kind of like it. I didn't think I was gonna care this much about a vegetable shirt, but it's actually kind of really cute. Like I said, it's not really that much stuff in cast, even for the adults. There's some kind of random things like this carrot t-shirt, which honestly has a really nice cut to it, but most of it is very chef focused, like chef jacket. We've got little apron shirt and some cute swatches. This one's cute, but again, it's very much screaming chef. There's only one pair of pants in this whole pack. They're nice, they've got some decent colors. This just really isn't the kind of thing that I'm gonna use that often. There are 3 full body outfits for feminine frame sims, and they're pretty cute, like the lemon jumpsuit. Also, I love how the necklace is visible underneath the jacket, but on top of the turtleneck, because sometimes you can't see necklaces when they're wearing outfits like this. So I appreciate them thinking of that. I am absolutely obsessed with this little outfit. It also has some really nice messy swatches, like with all of the stains on the apron. I think that's pretty fun. I'll probably use those swatches the most. This one kind of has more flour stains on it instead of sauce stains. And then we also have a dress with an apron. Same thing. This one's covered in flour, even on the sleeves. There is 1 pair of shoes in the pack, but a surprising amount of accessories. Okay, This is not an accessory, but it is a new tattoo. It comes in a couple swatches. It's like some cooking utensils. For accessories, we got some nice gloves for using in the pizza oven. They're like nice thick gloves that'll keep your Sims hands safe. And there's also like some plastic looking gloves. These are weird. I didn't really anticipate getting something like this, but it's kind of fun. There are 3 new earrings. First, there's these little whisk dangly earrings. We've got these pizza earrings, which I'm probably gonna use all the time. And then also these little knife studs. Those are so funny. They're kind of subtle, but I feel like the knife studs are probably gonna be my most used accessory out of this pack, which is a surprise. I wasn't expecting those. Just kind of amuse me. We also got this little whisk necklace, which, okay, you can't see. All right, there, we've got this little whisk necklace. It matches the earrings perfectly in those same metal swatches. And lastly, we have a new hat. I guess the new hat looks kind of weird with this hairstyle, but these are all the colors that it comes in. This one kind of looks like pizza. There's not really a ton of different stuff for masculine frame Sims. Lots of the same things, lots of overlap. We do have this cute shirt with a towel over it. It has kind of an apron. They've got the same pants. For full body, we have the same things, but also a couple other options. This one's kind of cute because it's got a pen in the pocket. They come in all the same colors though, pretty much. I really do like the stained versions, and this is the last thing. So there's not really a ton of Create a Sim. Like I said, it's very small casts, and it's not very versatile casts. It's like the kind of thing you would use for very specific home chef circumstances. I guess if you have like get to work or dine out or cool kitchen stuff, these things might tie in nicely with those packs for other retail sort of situations. Maybe if your Sim is a chef, you might want to give him an apron outfit. I don't really see myself using these things all that often. They are really cute. We just already have a couple aprons in the game, and I never give them to my Sims, so I don't really see myself using these either. It's hard to criticize the pack for that though, because this is like the perfect cast for this pack. It's just not the perfect cast for me, and you might think differently. Most importantly though, there are actually 2 new aspirations in this pack. We've got the brand new Appliance Whiz aspiration underneath the food category, and we also have the new Market Magnet aspiration underneath the fortune category. And that leads us into probably the most important part of this review, the gameplay. I feel like this pack is exactly what I've been looking for in a stuff pack. Every single time I make a pack review like this, I'm always talking about replayability and how this pack can fit into my everyday gameplay. Because for me, for a pack to be worth it, I have to want to use it a lot, and it has to fit in really easily to my average Sims household. So to give an example, things like Realm of Magic are really cool and really fun, but I just don't ever use them. I don't have like my average everyday Sim be a spellcaster. I don't really use magic. I have to go out of my way to use magic. But then you think about things like Growing Together, where it adds a whole bunch of gameplay for infants, and pretty much every single one of my Sims eventually has kids. So all of that infant milestone stuff fits in really nicely to my everyday gameplay, and it really expands upon what I always do. And this stuff pack is a really good example of expanding on things that I already like to do and enjoy. Obviously, pretty much every single one of my Sims cooks, right? Like they all have to eat. So a pack that adds new recipes and new ways to cook and new things to do in the kitchen is really useful for me. I've literally made entire videos about wanting a small appliances kit. Granted, in that kit I was talking about like toasters, but this pizza oven and making pizza for my Sims and making waffles is really fun and fits very nicely into my everyday Sims games. And that's just the home chef part, not even the hustle part, because we haven't even talked about selling this food yet. I would like to show you some of the actual new recipes first though, and who better to test out the new waffle maker than the Pancakes household. So I've got Bob and Eliza here. Bob's kind of scared right now, I'm sorry buddy. But I wanted to show you the new waffle maker. So on this, you just click cook like you would any other appliance, and it pops up with this little menu where you can pick which waffles you'd like to make. Obviously, just like any cooking skill, the higher level you are, the more stuff that you can make. We've got things like plain waffles, pumpkin spice waffles, apple bacon, cured fish, saffron, Heart's Desire. Also, the highest skill one is Pleasantly Unpleasant, which requires trash fruit. I appreciate them sort of going to great lengths to incorporate some of those more unused things into this pack. In the new Fortune aspiration, one of the things you have to do to finish it is resurrect a ghost by selling ambrosia. So to do that, you have to max level 10 both cooking skills, regular and gourmet. You've got to fish up an angelfish. You've got to get a potion of youth. You have to craft the ambrosia, and then you have to sell it to to a ghost. So it's a little bit more difficult than your like average little baby tutorial aspiration. And it also requires you to do some of those lesser used things in the game, which I appreciate. They both are still kind of pack tutorials. They have you like buying a kitchen appliance and practicing prepping cooking. But the last levels actually require some interesting things like getting trash fruit, for example. And something really cool about making these waffles, first of all, it looks amazing. Like the animations are kind of cool, but he stops. So he like poured the batter in and he can leave and do other things until it's ready. It takes like 20 minutes to be finished and all of the appliances work like that. So if I wanted him to come prep ingredients or make a pizza, he can start working on it and then walk away and keep maybe tending to his stall or like washing the dishes until the thing beeps when it's finished, which in 3, 2, 1, ding. Okay, then he can come collect the waffles. So you can sort of multitask with the cooking a little bit more easily. With most of the cooking in this game, they have to just stand there in front of the oven the whole time. So I appreciate the realism of being able to just let the stand mixer run. Also, the food looks amazing. Like when you compare this, I'm sorry, I don't want to be mean, but when you compare this stuff to the original food that came in the base game when it first came out, like the quality of the base game food, like picture the garden salad in your head, okay? It's like pile of green mush. None of the base game original food looks appetizing in the slightest. This looks delicious. And the detail as well, you can tell it's pumpkin spice. There's like cinnamon sticks. I did just cheat his skill. I'm sorry, it's for science. These are the mushroom waffles. Like just look at how cute that is. They're little heart-shaped waffles. It's so good. It's so good. A lot of this pack, both in the furniture style, but also in the food, is very European influenced. Like I mentioned, the whole team that made this is based in Europe, so they were kind of channeling that when they were making it. These waffles are a good example, and for a lot of these more traditional styles of waffles, they actually wrote descriptions teaching us about them. So in this one, the chanterelle mushroom, also known as the gold of the forest, is a beloved delicacy, and the lingonberry is a common side dish to venison and meatballs. They even wrote one for chicken and waffles about how it's sort of a traditional thing here in the US. And I just think this is so cool. When they teach us about food like this, it's such a cool way to share culture and interact with people. Like with this, while cured fish is usually eaten with boiled potatoes for Easter, Midsummer, and Christmas, why not try something new and put it on your waffles? I know I mention this every time there's a new recipe in The Sims, but I just think that this is so amazing because when I was a kid, there were so many foods in The Sims that I had literally never heard of or seen. And so my first experience with it was in The Sims. I used to think that carbonara was a fake made up thing for The Sims 3. Like I thought that goopy carbonara was a fake food. Granted, they called it goopy carbonara, so like it was a little weird. Or like lobster thermidor. I'd never heard of that before. So just having these little descriptions, and I'm just picturing my childhood self being so fascinated by this, and I'm really glad they did it. So those are the waffles. We've got obviously quite a few different options here. There is also a pizza maker, and in this pizza maker, we can make all kinds of different pizzas. There's also a couple weird ones, like this curious pizza. Ever since Laszlo Curious had the ingenious idea to put extraterrestrial fruit on a pizza, this unique dish has become a strange town delicacy. A single slice will focus your brainwaves and has been known to attract unexpected visitors. And you need dough and alien fruit to make it. This one works the same way. First of all, he's like tossing dough and then he puts it into the oven and he can just walk away and leave it. I will say I have had this catch on fire. So just warning you, it is very possible. I'm kind of glad because there are open flames in there. It makes sense. I love a fire hazard in The Sims 4. We know this. And then when it finishes, you can serve it. And then he puts it in like a little pizza box and he can set it out on the counter just like when you order a pizza. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? And last but certainly not least, we also have the brand new stand mixer. Now, the way this works is prepping ingredients to then use them for the other two cooking objects. And it actually works with any cooking. You can use prepped ingredients in like a lot of other recipes on regular fridges and stoves as well. Well, if the cooking works. It takes a long time to open. But for example, the vegetable dumplings require prepped veggies, and if you use the prepped food, it makes it cheaper to cook, but it also reduces the cooking time, so you can make stuff faster. So you can make batter, you can make dough, you can prep veggies, you can prep cookie dough. For some things you might need meat, like for a pizza, so you can prep the meat and then use it to cook the pizza faster. I think I'll just start with dough. And again, he can just let the mixer run. He can just put it in there, leave it be. It takes like 15-20 minutes, and then he comes back, grabs it, he gets 5 doughs, and then we can make pizza. What are you doing sleeping? We have pizza to make. Come collect the prepped ingredients. But this is pretty cool because you could use this for cooking anything in the game. Like the prepped ingredients are for a lot of different recipes. Maybe I'll make a garden pizza. Just how cool is this? I'm so so excited about this. I might stick that dough in the fridge though, because I don't want it to spoil. And fine, Bob, you can sleep because tomorrow we're going to sell all this pizza. I guess the main feature of this pack, which we haven't really gotten to yet, is obviously the food stand. So we have the new Anywhere, Anyfair food stand, and you can buy this, put it in your Sims inventory, and literally bring this anywhere and set up a food stall. You can also slot stuff to it. So I could slot a pizza oven, I could slot a waffle maker, if I wanted to bring a mixer, and then you could use these to keep cooking while you're out and then keep selling while you're there. It comes in a handful of really, really cute different colors, some kind of generic ones like this plain black one. There's a pretty rainbow one. This one is very cutesy and waffle focused. This one is obviously very pizza focused. Bob Pancakes is obviously going to be a waffle salesman, so we'll sort of deck it out for that. You can even change the name of the food stall, Pancake Waffles, and then you can pick a little logo. There's like a cupcake, there's an octopus, there's a lemon. I might pick the cupcake. That part doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of cute for you. I'll drag all those waffles that I made, and then we can head out, maybe to the park or something. Oh, how about the museum? There's probably rich people at the museum. You can do this on any lot. I'm pretty sure you could even do it on like someone else's house if you wanted to. You can just drag food into here. It works like a fridge, so it keeps it cool and also keeps it from not spoiling for like 3 days. You can also mark up the prices. I've learned that you can mark them up to 300% and they will buy it. Bella, my first customer, thank you very much. Well, you can give a sales pitch. You can also convince to buy, which actually works very well. And I can try and sell her, for example, my cured fish waffles, which she ignored and used her phone. What is wrong with you? Buy my waffles. Okay, I guess I might have marked it up too high. Let me put it lower. Sorry, everyone. I got a little bit ahead of myself there. Buy my waffles. There we go. My first sale, 64 simoleons. Anyway, you can just kind of stand here, make your sales pitches, make some waffles on the side, and they will slowly buy all your stuff up. It's honestly not a bad way of making money. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm posting a rags to riches video tomorrow, and I made like 80,000 simoleons doing this. But that's pretty much the whole gameplay. I think, I haven't tested this yet, but I think that kids can help. This is really bad, but I'm gonna steal Nancy and then make her into a child so I can test it. Oh, okay, maybe not, sorry. I told a lie, my bad. But that's pretty much all the gameplay that comes in the pack. It's the new appliances and the selling feature, the home chef, and the hustle. So what are my final thoughts on this? Is it worth buying? When I think about that, I can't help but compare it to all of the other stuff packs, which I think makes sense because we're trying to compare it to the other $10 things in this game. And oh my God, by far, this is one of their best stuff packs they've ever made. We have a pretty direct comparison too with the cool kitchen stuff pack because it was like, you know, kitchen stuff and a small kitchen appliance. But the difference with that is that the kitchen furniture was worse. It came with just one appliance instead of 3, and that was it. You just made ice cream. That was it. In this pack, you can make waffles, you can make pizzas, there's a ton of new recipes. It also has the new stand mixer, which you can use for regular recipes, just like on the stove. And it has a new job where you can sell all of these things. It's got some really nice hairstyles. So by far, no question, this is one of their best stuff packs of all time. So if you were going to buy a stuff pack, I definitely recommend that you buy this one over most of the others, just because it's got so much more stuff in it. And I know for a fact, I'm gonna have my Sims use this a lot. I mentioned it earlier, but I can already see myself putting that pizza oven in a ton of my Sims builds, and I'm definitely going to use the stand mixer. I've never really considered wanting a waffle maker, but now that I've seen them all, they're really good. I love having more recipes and more things for my Sims to cook because I use the cooking skills so often. So this just fits in so nicely to my regular gameplay, both for like my average Sims households who just happen to cook at home, but also for like my rags to riches gameplay because I love doing things that are like sort of challenging to make money for my Sims. I made this joke already, but this pack really was made for Stanley Humphrey. He is a food entrepreneur and he is thriving. So I think my final thoughts are that I really like this pack and I think it's worth buying. And the other huge bonus of stuff packs compared to all of the kits that we've been getting recently is this pack has way more stuff in it. I was gonna say it's only double the price, but it's still kind of expensive. $10 is a lot. But for $10 instead of $5, you get triple double the amount of stuff. You get cast things, you get build things, and most importantly, you get more gameplay. So how am I gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, buy the new build kit or whatever when we have this amazing stuff pack that has way more stuff in it? So I think my final thoughts are that I do think this pack is worth it, especially compared to all of the other packs. Both the old stuff packs and all the kits we've been getting, this stuff pack is way more worth your money. Again, still kind of expensive. 10 bucks is a lot to drop on The Sims, especially considering how many packs there are and how much money you've probably already spent on The Sims. But what I mean to say is that if you are interested in this pack, if you have the money, and if you've been thinking about buying a new pack, this is definitely a good one. The ridiculous price point of Sims DLC is a whole other thing, and that's not the stuff pack's fault. But yeah, I think that's my review. My review is that I really liked it. I've had so much fun playing with this pack. I swear this year is like the year of fan service to the Sims community. We asked for babies, we got babies. We asked for a family pack, we got a family pack. We asked for horses, we got horses. I've been wanting more kitchen stuff. I've made entire videos about wanting more kitchen stuff, and we got kitchen stuff. It makes me excited for whatever the next expansion pack is gonna be, because fingers crossed it'll be good. But I think on that note, I am gonna end this video right here. Hopefully you found this video helpful in terms of whether or not you want to buy this pack. It officially releases tomorrow. I was given early access, so I was able to post this video a little bit early. And tomorrow I'm gonna post a video really playing with it and like doing some rags to riches stuff with Stanley Humphrey. So stay tuned for that and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And with that, I am going to catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Oh my god, I might make pizza tonight for dinner at home to celebrate. It's been a while since I made pizza dough from scratch, so that could be kind of fun.